welcome back to another video with me, guys. On today's video I'm going to be making a firewood burning area. On the last video I was chopping firewood, and I thought it'd be a good idea to make a fire burning area here. It'd be a good addition to the backyard with all the logs I have here now. Okay, so as you can see, I already started digging. I'm only going to be digging this to about maybe at least 8 to 12 inches, and then I'm going to go another round here, just basically removing the sod so that I can dump some pebbles here. Okay, so let's go over what we need for today's project. For today's project, we're going to be needing a shovel, a simple shovel. It's probably not the right one to be doing the job with, but that's all I have, so that's the one I'm going to use. And a hammer. I'll show you why you need the hammer here soon. The next thing you're going to need are these pea pebbles. You're also going to be needing some paved stone. I chose the red, but you can choose whatever color you'd like. Keep in mind that I got these at Walmart for only $1.98. These are only the ones that are about 10 inches thick. If you were to get the ones that were 12, it would cost you about $2.57. But I chose these because I wanted it to be a little smaller. Now that you know what you need here, like your shovel and your hammer and all your materials, I'm going to go ahead and keep working on this, make it just a little bit deeper. Now I'm going to remove a little bit of the sod here, so where it's the same level as the rest of my grass, but it's going to be a straight circle as well. Straight circle doesn't make sense. Y'all know what I mean. Okay, so now I don't have this perfectly leveled because, like I said, it's just a temporary thing. But what you're gonna start doing now is laying your bricks down in here, just like this. You're gonna notice that on these bricks here, they have like this little groove here. I don't know what it's for because I don't do like any kind of masonry jobs, but I don't know what this is for. Anyways, this part here, on your first layer of stones, you're going to be facing that down. Okay, so if you have one of these, this is for like for sheetrock. If you have one of these sheetrock based, this is actually going to come in very helpful as well. I didn't think to introduce it in the beginning of the video because I wasn't sure if I was ever even going to use it. As it turns out, I am. I wanted to mention that. If you have a small like garden shovel, that'll work as well. Okay, so now that you know that all your stones are going to fit in there, what you can do, what I'm going to do, is I'm going to go ahead and take these stones back out so I can add a bag of pebbles. Okay, so now that we know everything fits, we're going to go ahead and take all of these back out. Just going to lay them right here where they were. That way I can just easily drop them back in, so I can add a bag of pebbles. Yes,
lunch is ready.
Lunch is ready?
Yeah.
All right. Can you go press pause for me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I kind of screwed up here, and when I took out the stones and installed the pebbles, it wasn't as flat as it was when I first did it on the dirt itself. So now I'm regretting that highly, and and thinking to myself I should have just organized them all, left them the way they were, and then poured the bag of pebbles. Okay, so you're gonna notice that on these stones here, there's like a edge on them. Now I'm no gardener, and I'm not too sure, you know, why that's there, but stacking it on top of that with this edge here makes it look kind of funny. So it kind of makes it like go downwards like that. So that's where this hammer is going to come in. Okay. I said you needed a hammer. A small one would work because you don't want to use a lot of force. You actually just want to, you know, bang it quick and clean so that you get like a nice flat area. It's going to take off some of the material on these stones. But that's okay because that part that you're taking off is going to be facing the inside of the fireplace. So let me show you what you do now. You just get it here on the edge and you quickly do that. And then you're left with something like this. So like I said, I know it's, you know, you're losing a bit of material, but now this is taking that edge off is going to allow this stone to lay down flat on top of the other ones, because if not, it's going to be, it will look funny. Trust me, I tried stacking them at the store before I brought them all here, and that's the one thing I realized. I was like, I got to find a way to take that edge off now. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to all of these, and then we'll get back to building that thing. Okay, so as you can see, I've got it built. So I was explaining earlier in a video that there was this edge you had to take off. Okay, that edge right there, because if not, it makes it kind of sit a little funny. So I took off the edge on this row here and this row, but since this is the top row and the very bottom one is facing down, it's all flat, and you can actually leave this one the way it is. Okay, unless you were to, you know, go to the store, buy some more bricks because you want to make it a little taller, which I might do actually, because it's a little short for me. A little shorter than I expected, at least. I wanted it to at least be about this high here, and I'm pretty shy on that. So until I do get this to become taller, I'm going to leave that edge on here. It's just unnecessary work if you don't have to do it. So moving on to what we're doing next is all I'm doing now is removing the sod, which is grass. You don't know what sod is, and now you know it's grass. I'm removing the sod around it so that I could add some more pebbles around. Removing the sod is just something I want to do because it's gonna make it look better. All right, so let me show you what I'm doing. Now I've switched over to a smaller shovel. It has kind of like a saw-like blade to it at the end. And what I'm doing is I'm going around and approximately making a circle, of which like that. And so I'm picking all of this sod up, like just like this, putting each side, getting back under it right here. And I'm not gonna throw this sod away. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in some areas where my dogs have digged and I'm not able to get any grass there anymore. So here's the final step. Well, one of the final steps. The actual final step is when you burn wood in it, but this is one of the final steps here. I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be putting some more pebbles, but around it here instead now. Okay, so here's the finished product. I added some rocks around it here just to make it look a little neater. Now that this is all done, there's only one thing left to do, and that's start a fire in it just to see how it does. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. I got a bucket of tinder from when we were splitting the logs, so I'm gonna be using this to start the fire. I'm gonna be using fire starter because I don't. This is all I got. I'm gonna get a paper towel, drench in this stuff here, throw it in. Can you stop licking me? And turn it all on.